Hey guys, welcome back. This is my 10th and final Charlotte Tilbury look series video. Today we are doing the Rebel. Out of all of the eyeshadow palettes that Charlotte has on counter, the Rebel is probably the one that people would request to have applied the least. I think the really dark green shades really scare people. People don't want to feel like they're wearing so much makeup. And I mean, it's fair. The photo that Charlotte has up of the Rebel at the counter is really dramatic, but the look doesn't have to be. You can go, I mean, this is obviously like a dialed up, more dramatic makeup, but the green eyeshadow doesn't overpower my eye. It just kind of enhances and pokes through and looks really fun and special and unique. So it's definitely a really beautiful palette that you can get a lot of different use out of. I actually already filmed this video once and I lost half the footage, so I had to redo it. And when I was looking back at the footage that I did have, I wasn't super happy with the way the first video went. I tried to do a more true to photo version of the Rebel. I did like really dramatic blown out green halo eyes, and I just didn't think it was that flattering on me. So it was fun to do, and I can do a video like that if you want, but I decided to do a more wearable version of this look, but it's still dialed up and dressy. This is actually the way I have worn this look to a couple of different weddings. I don't know what it is, but for some reason when I'm going to weddings, I'm like, let me just put on some green eyeshadow. So yeah, I've actually worn this look just like this a couple of times and I really love it. I decided to do that instead, something that is maybe a little bit more wearable and approachable for people who might be watching this video. I can't believe I'm finally finished my Charlotte Tilbury look series. I'm excited to be done. It was really fun to do, and I feel like it was something that I could do and something that I could bring to YouTube that not a lot of other people could, just because of the amount of Charlotte Tilbury makeup that I have, because of the experience that I had working for the brand, and I was really happy and had a lot of fun doing it. I'm also gonna be like really nostalgic with some of the videos because I filmed a lot of them in Thailand. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this series. If this is my first video of these that you're seeing, you can look in the description box down below. I will have a link to the playlist with all the rest of my Charlotte Tilbury look series videos. You can go through and pick and choose which ones you want to watch, or watch them all. Go for it. I also always have links to all of the products that I'm using in the video listed down below as well, so that you can go and shop through those links if you want to. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. I am going to be starting a new series on my channel that's not makeup related. I'm actually booked a trip to Vegas in about 2 months, so I'm gonna be doing like a get fit for Vegas. I think I'm gonna call it like Project Vegas 2019. So I'm gonna be doing a video every week just showing different things that I'm doing to just get ready for Vegas. So if you guys want to see some videos, some workout videos, some food videos, there will be some beauty stuff happening in there as well, because I'm gonna want to get my hair done and my brows done and my nails done and like all of that stuff before we go away. So if you want to follow along and see me get ready for Vegas, then definitely hit subscribe so you don't miss those videos. And leave me requests for any makeup videos down below in the comments section. Now that I don't have these Charlotte Tilbury look series videos to fall back on, I'm feeling like a little bit lost on what kind of makeup content to be putting out there. So if you guys have any suggestions, make sure to leave it down below. This is getting really long, so I'm just gonna get into the video. I hope you enjoy. Bye guys. So starting as always with my skincare, Magic Eye and Magic Face Cream. And then because I am starting with my eye makeup, I'm just going in with a little bit of concealer on my eyelids so that I have a nice solid base to work with. I'm actually using this concealer as my eyeshadow primer. So just going ahead and blending that out all over my lid right up to my brow. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that with my Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. And I'm going to start my eyeshadow with a little bit of bronzer. So I'm taking this above my crease and I'm going to use that to shape out the shape of the eyeshadow that I'm going to be doing. So just carving out that nice angled outside edge, and I'm not being too precise because I'm going to go ahead and clean it up later on with a makeup wipe. So I'm using this orange eyeshadow from NARS here. Same brush, just taking a little bit lower, a little bit closer to the crease, but basically mixing it with that bronzer shade. I really like using orange with this palette. The colors are not really complementary, but I really like the way that they look together. So I like having this nice, really warm orangey crease with the green eyeshadows. It looks really pretty. So just going ahead and applying that. If you don't have an orange eyeshadow, just any nice warm color that's a little bit darker than your bronzer will do here. So here is our Rebel palette. So I'm taking shade number 2, the enhanced shade, on a dense kind of fluffy brush. I think this is a MAC 217, and I'm going ahead and patting that color into my lid. One of the reasons I'm starting with my eyeshadow is because this, out of all of Charlotte's palettes, has the most fallout. So I'm just being careful because I don't want to make a big mess, even though I'm going to be able to clean it up later. But yeah, I just want to get lots of pigmentation out of this color. So I'm mostly doing patting motions to really pack it on and make it nice and opaque. Next, I'm really lightly dipping back into that orange eyeshadow and just using that to blend out the crease, kind of blend the green and orange together a little bit. I'm not going to blend too hard because the colors aren't complementary. They could get a little bit muddy. So I'm just really connecting the green and the orange and giving them a nice little blend here. Okay. So I'm taking this small little dense brush from Real Techniques and I'm dipping the tip of it into shade number 3, the smoke shade, and I'm running that along my lash line from outer corner to inner corner to create some depth behind my lashes. So now we've created a little bit of a gradient. We have this nice dark bluey green color, which fades into that second color, the enhanced shade, which fades into the orange color, which fades into our bronzer color. Here, I'm just taking the same brush that I used to apply the number 2 shade, the enhanced shade, to blend the smoke shade and the enhanced shade together. And then I'm blending one more time with that fluffy brush. I'm actually dipping back into the bronzer, just running it over top of everything right on top there, just to complete that gradient and have it really look nice and smooth and blended out. Next, I'm going in with shade number 1. This is the prime shade, and I'm going to highlight the inner corner of my eye with that. Once I place the color down on the inner corner of my eye, I use the same brush to drag it sort of upwards and blend it in with the rest of the eyeshadow on top, and then bring it down along the inner portion of the lower lash line as well. You always want to use your finger in Charlotte's Pop shades, so that's what I'm doing here. Just dipping my finger in and putting that all over the lid. So going over top of all the green that we've placed down on top of my eye, and I'm dipping back in and going in again so that we get a really, really high shine, full impact, drama, glittery, beautiful green smoky eye. I'm going back into shade number 3, this time with a pencil brush, and I'm going to run that right along the top of my lash line, just where we put it before, but just a little bit more precise, I guess I would say, more like a liner. I just want it to look nice and smoky and make sure that gradient is very evident. So next I'm taking a makeup wipe and I'm using that to clean up all of the fallout that fell down underneath my eye during the blending and glittering process. And then I'm going to turn that makeup wipe on its side and kind of drag it up to give my eyeshadow that really nice kind of feline cat eye shape that I'm going for. Just makes that line nice and sharp and yeah, pretty. So next I'm going in with foundation. I can't even remember what foundation I used this day. It's probably Dior Forever, but I don't know for sure. So I'm blending that in with my beauty blender and I'm just taking a lot of care around my eye, just we've gone ahead and really given ourselves that nice sharp line. So I don't want to cover that up with foundation. So just being really careful not to blend my foundation over top of the eyeshadow that's winging out on the outer corner there. Next, I'm going to conceal. So this is my new concealer. It's Charlotte's Magic Away. I'm really liking it so far. I find that it's really good for not creasing underneath the eye throughout the day, and it has a really nice full coverage. So I'm really enjoying it. Going ahead and applying that underneath my eye, again, making sure not to mess up that eyeshadow on the outer corner there, and then using it to highlight the center of my face as well. So between my brows, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. I'm taking a little concealer brush to precisely blend out that concealer. Again, taking care with my eyeshadow. And then using my beauty blender to blend in the rest. Today I'm highlighting with Charlotte's Hollywood Flawless Filter in shade number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and dab this onto the high points of my face, tops of my cheekbones, above my brow, add a little bit to the tip of my nose and my chin as well. And I like to blend this product in with my fingers usually. Sometimes I'll use my beauty blender, but I feel like it takes away some of the intensity. So I like to use the warmth of my fingers to really just get it blended in and get the full impact of the product. After using all my cream products, I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer. So using my Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder in shade number 1, setting underneath my eyes. And I always set my nose and my smile lines as well. It's where I get creasing and sweaty, and then right in between my brows. For bronzer today, I chose this discontinued Dior bronzer. I chose it because it's the warmest out of my bronzers. So because I have that nice warm crease, I wanted to match up a warm bronzer as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bronze my temples and forehead, and then a little bit on my cheeks as well. And then I'm going to contour using the contour shade from the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. So dusting that underneath my cheekbones really softly so I don't disturb the foundation underneath. I actually contour my nose with this powder as well. I don't always contour my nose, but I do really like the look of it. It's just that extra step that I don't usually do, but I did it this way, and yeah, it looks really pretty. Oh yeah, I went underneath my jaw as well. So when I contour my nose, I like to connect it to my brow and the eyeshadow that I have going on in the inner corner of my eye. So you can see I start right from the edge of my brow where I have eyeshadow up there. And I bring it down the sides of my nose, and I kind of go over top of my nose like that so that it looks like a little cute little ball at the tip of my nose. And then once I've kind of blended out those lines, I'm going to blend it down towards my cheeks, so that it's not like a harsh line sitting on the side of my nose. To finish up my eyeshadow, I'm taking shade number 2 on a pencil brush and running that underneath the lashes on my lower lash line, making sure to connect that with the eyeshadow on the outer corner on the top of my lash line. So just back and forth. And then dipping into shade number 3 with the same brush and taking that 3/4 of the way across on my lower lash line as well. After I finish the lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and pop on a black winged liner and a pair of false lashes. I'm going to go ahead and blush here. This is First Love that comes in the Rebel look. So swishing around the outside edge first, I'm dusting that up my cheek towards my ear using circular motions. I feel like blush really pulls this look together. It was looking kind of incomplete and kind of harsh, and then I add this blush on here and it just looks so pretty. So I'm tapping into that center shade there and dusting that right on the apples of my cheeks. Look how pretty that is. I love this blush. So the Rebel is actually the only look of Charlotte's where the photo that she has up at the counter doesn't match the products that come in the look. So Charlotte pairs the Rebel palette with a lipstick called Love Bite, which is an orangey red lipstick. I could have done that, but I wanted it to be a little bit more wearable, so I'm going ahead and matching the nude lip that the model is wearing in the photo. So I'm starting with Super Size Me lip liner. This is not the lip liner in the photo because this is one of the newer lip liners that Charlotte came out with recently. I mean, not recently, but from her newest release of lip liners anyways. So starting with Super Size Me, overdrawing my lips, taking care to make sure that they're shaped really nicely, that one side matches the other, and that we have a nice proportion of volume on the top and the bottom. For lipstick, I'm using this little mini Very Victoria that I have. So it's a really pretty brownie nude shade. Also, this doesn't really match the photo. The photo is a little bit more of like a beigey nude. This is more of a brownie nude. But yeah, I think it looks really pretty. But I did want to lighten it up a little bit. So I'm taking this liquid lipstick by NARS, which is more of that beigey pale nude, and just going over top of the center. So center of the lips there, and just kind of blending it together by smacking my lips together. And there is the Rebel look from Charlotte Tilbury. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it, that's done. We're done the Charlotte Tilbury Look Series videos. I really hope you enjoyed them. The Rebel is something that anybody can pull off. Don't be afraid of the color. All you need to do is just take things really slow, apply a little bit of color at a time, and just go from there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and I will see you in my next one.